Everyone. Today we're going to be discussing how to create an interactive dashboard. My name is Ifeanyi Iheagwara Benedict. So the Excel and data analysis community learning community is being sponsored by UrBizEdge, and UrBizEdge is a registered Microsoft Excel consulting, financial modeling, business intelligence, and data analysis enterprise solution firm in Nigeria. And this is the upcoming training calendar. So my name is Ifeanyi Iheagwara Benny or Benedict, but you can call me Benny for short. I'm a data analyst, also a technical writer, also passionate about community building. I'm also an open source contributor. You can follow me on LinkedIn and also on Twitter. So with no further review, I'll move into the main course of today's meetup. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at interactive dashboards. So this is the end result of what I expect to do. Okay. So since I'm doing also moderating, I'm also going to okay, can you hear me now? Is it better? So I'm going to also unmute some couple of people. So if you have any questions, since I'm the one moderating, I'm also going to be one presenting. You can unmute yourself and you can unmute yourself to like ask any questions. So far, two people indicated, Philip and Adi Jones. Presenter. Philip. Yeah, let me also. Okay, so if there are any questions, you can just unmute and then you unmute, say you have a question, and you unmute, say you have a question, and I would attend to you within the session. Okay, is that okay? Philip, can you hear me clearly now?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing today. We're going to be creating this dashboard. We're going to create a dashboard using Excel. And so to first create a dashboard, we're going to create a dashboard with basically no VBA, just our data, some pivot table, slicers, and Power Query. What is Power Query to do all the data cleaning I'm going to do. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to the dashboard. So the idea of the dashboard is that I can pick a particular slicer and it shows me that slicer. I can also pick a particular location like Lagos and it only shows me that location. I can also pick a particular time period. So maybe I only want to say for November. Getting code out for data for November. Okay, December, we have data for December. So it's going to show me that particular period of time that I picked. So I'm going to build this from scratch. And that I'm going to do is I'm also going to do this of called a part. If I put a different data set in this place, it's also going to automatically change the output of my dashboard. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fresh, an empty Excel sheet for that and skip it as is. Okay. Okay, so we have these fresh sheets, a complete sheet. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call here part folder. And here I'm going to copy the part of when the data is. So the data we're going to be using is in this data, which is our test data. It has sales report from different locations for pizza sold, the amount, the quantity, the time, and the time range. So it's like every period, whenever like December 2020, we added data here. February 2020, we added data. So all we do, we keep on adding data month to month on this particular Excel, this particular folder. So I'm going to copy the part of this folder, which is this. So I'll copy the folder, I'll go back to my Excel sheet and I'll paste it here. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to also give this as a name. I'm going to name this. I can do that by doing my go to data or go to going to my name. Okay, so I'll define it as a name. So I can use it in Power Query, and I can call it maybe my folder part. So okay. So with this done, now I'm going to open Power Query. So I'm going to use from table stroke query to open Power Query. Then I'm going to delete read down because only once does this link. Update this then. So with that done, I'm going to open that new data source again, which is on file, which is in that particular folder, and I'll pick that folder. The folder is in my desktop. It was in this file called datasheet, and this is the folder. So I'll open this. And I click on transform data. So it opens it here for me. So now for me to do that, this is which I mentioned, which I keep it a different location and it shows me Excel sheets. Because we change my dashboard to show me the Excel sheets in that particular location. I'm going to link these two together. So to do that, I just have to come here, go back to home and click on my advanced editor. Then I'm going to remove this part of it. Well, yeah, the source. Here is also going to be in. Then I'll copy this. If that's okay. Come back here. Okay, I think I made a mistake somewhere. Let me cancel it. Sorry. Discard. Let me start from again. I'll go to from table stroke range. I don't know what's happening. I think okay. That was a mistake. Then I go back to my go to my new data source, pick the file. I'm going to from folder. I pick this and I open it. Click on transform data. So with this done, I'm going to go back to my advanced editor and I'll replace this file part. Sorry. Okay, so we have the data we need. And the next one we're going to do, I'm going to remove all the other columns. Then I'm going to delete this particular stuff. Am I still recording this session? Okay, yes. Okay. Okay, so the data is here now. I'm going to come like this and cancel. I'll go to the art column. I'm going to use the column. Okay, and I'll use there's a correct book, there's brackets, insert this. Was there any problem? Okay, that was the column. That was two Excel. Okay, then I close the brackets and I insert this into it, and I close the bracket. Yeah, then I expand this. Okay, expand everything. So I only want my files, which my sales data, so I can remove this and I press OK. Then I only want this two, this and this. So I go to home and I remove other columns. Then I can expand my entire data sheet to give me all my columns in my data. So these are all my columns in my data. Okay, with that done, so yeah, since this is my header, I have to make it as my headers, and I can remove this particular column also. So I remove this column. Okay, so this is now done. Okay. So next I'm going to do, this is already going to, I'll change the data types for myself. So this is basically going to be a text, or I can make it a number. So it's just serial number. I can remove it since I really do not need that column. I remove column. This is dates, so I change it to data type dates. Make this to be a text. This is also going to be a text. This price, so it has to be a number. But the prices are all in own numbers, so I can leave them as own numbers. The quantity is going to be own numbers. Is only selling no numbers. For the time, I can leave it as change it to date time, into time. Go to range. And make here text also. Hello. So is there any questions so far? Then I move this column.
I just wanted to ask, I saw that you removed the serial number. So is there something that guides you to say that you require this data or you don't require this data? Is there some sort of like a guideline that helps you to decide that?
Okay, the serial number, I moved the, okay, that was this. Okay, so this serial number is just, if I look over my data set, the serial number is was just like, so every record is just recorded as, oh, so you buy something today, somebody buys something, it's just called as like serial 1, serial 2. It's not like it's necessarily like customer number or receipt number or something. It's just some of the machine just recording it. So it's not like it's really important for us. If it was like customer number, I could have said maybe yes, that's important.
Okay.
But the serial number is just, so you're the first record, you're the second record, you're the third record.
Okay. All right. No, understood.
Okay. So then I go back to my current step, which is this. Okay, so now I'm here. When I'm done, you do close and load. And that's thing I can also do again is, so you notice that there's price here and there's quantity here. There's no, how I call it, a column for sales. So I could decide to do a multiplication of these two, maybe like price times quantity. So I already add column. I can also use the same invoked column, and I call this maybe sales. I can also do this in Excel, but just let me just do it right now for in Power Query. So I'm going to be using the price, which is this. Which is this. Okay. Then I press OK. So this is now. I can decide to move it closer. Because this is my sales. This is the actual values of the sales. These are just the individual price for each pizza type, and this is the quantity of each pizza type. Go back to close and load. Okay. Okay, yes, this one is still opened. Let me close it. Refresh. Okay, so loaded now. The file that you're reading from was opened, so it couldn't load it. So listeners, telling me right now there are two errors. The two errors I'm suspecting is the headers of the next columns. So I'll go back to my edit query this time. And I will just remove just errors, just refresh. Okay, so to remove the errors, you can right click and just do remove errors. Not replace, sorry, remove. Okay, now let me close and load. Yeah, everything's loaded correctly. So I don't want to load it on my Excel sheet. I don't want the data to be literally showing here on my Excel sheet. I want it to be showing. I don't want to be showing. I don't want to have a sheet with the data, my data. So instead, I can just load to connection. So I can right click on click loads to. It should load it only as a collection. So the data should not literally be in my sheet. Sure. Okay. So now the data is here, but it's only going to be as a connection to this worksheet. It's not really going to be physically in this workbook. Okay, so for you to do for you to build a dashboard, you just need simple. So for a dashboard, all you actually need is just your visuals. Okay, visuals. Your visuals are basically from your charts, right? Then you're also going to need a pivot table. A pivot table will help you, since pivot table helps you with to make summary or make your data more compact. Basically to make your data more make a summary of a data set. So these are basically what we're going to use. All we did before, we used Power Query. Power Query earlier, which to help with editing and cleaning our data. Just keep this in mind. Okay, so the first we're going to do, go to our pivot table, but I only want to use it as for instance, this also. Then I'm going to pick, remember I made my data a connection. So I click which connection, and this is a connection called test, which is this test. I press open. Okay, where did I want it to be? I can pick a sheet. So maybe I want it to be in this, but I call it maybe from this cell. Okay. So we are all familiar with pivot table, right? Are we all familiar with pivot table?
Just some basic idea,
Okay.
but you can shed some light on it.
Okay. So for a pivot table, a pivot table is does more. It helps you to make a summary, like I mentioned, and it has this four quadrants. This is the filter. Anything you put there as like kind of similar to your regular Excel filter, which you can find in your Excel tables or even your regular Excel filter, which you found in your display, certain filter. Then the columns, anything I put here in columns. So for example, let me say I put pizza sold here in my columns. They kind of form what I kept here, pizza sold is similar to the pizza sold. So like all the names of all the pizzas, but they all came each of them are forming their individual columns. This is different from if I kept them, for example, in my rows. You see, they all formed a row with a column. Then your values are like you can see the summation side. So the summation sign just means that you're trying to use it to do a form of mathematics, the number. If I put my pizzas sold here, it's not going to give me the list of the pizzas. It's going to rather give me how many times did they find barbecue chicken, how many times did they find this, how many times did they find this, how many times did they find this. So like say a count of it. You only give me a count, not literally like the name. So that's the basic understanding of the of a pivot table and how you can use it. Okay, so for us to make our dashboard, I can open a new sheet. Maybe let me call this dashboards. This sheet was when I kept this folder part. I would, and then to the end of the presentation, I will do something that will show us the why I did this. So let's use the part folder. Okay, so I'm going to do is to do the test. So everything that I do here is going to be in my dashboard. Okay, so the first when you're making a dashboard, most time you usually want like a form of an heading or the title page. You can easily do that by if you go to your illustration free, you see the shapes. Come to click on shapes, you can pick a random shape you want. Okay, so you pick it here. And you give it a color. Let's use blue for now. I also want it to have a text on it, so I can go to a text box and give it a name. So this can be called maybe this. Okay, let's say this is pizza sales. I keep spelling dashboard like that. Okay, so I got my shape format and I can remove this outline to be no outline. The shape feature should be no fill. This I can make it bigger. Okay. And I can give it a color if I want to give it a color. But for now, love is level like this. This should be okay. You can also decide to add a logo. I click on your insert tab, going there and picking pictures. So either from the web or from your computer for my device. And the logo I'm going to use is try to dashboard. I pick this. So Excel has this feature which I'm going to remove background. I can mark the areas to keep. So remove backgrounds. I think this might take a bit of time. So I just leave it. So I'll just leave it like this for now. But you get the idea. For now, just leave it like this. So I leave it like this now. Okay, so for my dashboard, I'm only going to build 3 different simple charts. So I'm only going to build. So let me say I want say a trend of e-sales, a month by month trend of e-sales. Well, let me just start with this one, which I've started. So instead of me the count of pizzas sold, let me say maybe I want to see how much I made from each kind of different pizzas. So you can click here to give it the number of amounts. So let me leave it as currency and pick. Let me just leave it as dollars for now. Source of time. Okay. I pick the graph I want to use. I'll say use a bar chart because it's going to take less space. It's going to take less space. So okay. Can I move this and give it a name? So let me say maybe click on this to further customize the chart. So let me move maybe by lines. I can want to add the data, this thing, the amount if I want to. But for now, let me just move that. Okay, then you can see. Okay, for now, let me just leave this like this. I cut it. I go back here and I paste it. So I want it to have no background color at all. Then for my Excel sheet, I don't want these lines to be showing. So what I'm going to do is going to view turn this off also. So I want it to shape effect, have a shadow form, use like this. So I'm done with one shot right now, but I need sliders. So sliders are elements that are they're kind of similar to your Excel filters, but as soon as you on your slider, when you click on them, you kind of narrow down your data in a way. So to make a slicer, you go to so you say slicer, click on slicer. So I want a slicer for branch and also one for the kind of pizzas. So I do this too. I think I click wrong one. Kind of pizza, which is pizza sold. So I say okay. Okay, so with this two, I select this to X, go back here and paste it. If I don't want this, so I go to slider and I can increase the. Okay, so this covers it. Okay. I can also remove the headers if I don't want the headers showing. So let me remove headers for this. With this, I can leave it here and minimize it. No, Voyager is not showing. So what I will do is just minimize the columns. And again, display the and items window data. Okay. Okay, so this number is laser. So this is what it does. So whenever I click here, even though the IS here is up to 20,000, the minute I click on a particular state, it shows me only the data for this particular state I was clicked on. That's what this laser does. So this is okay. The next slide I'm going to add is it's not going to be a slide, it's going to be the timeline. So all the timeline for our date. So I can minimize it based on the amount of date and period you say. So if you notice, it gives me the year, the months, and also gives me the year. And I can also pick it from here, even from quarter, days, all the way. And I can select, narrow down my data from, so let me say November 2013. November 2015, we have no data. If you look here in our data, I just started from December to January. So I go back to Excel, and if I pick for maybe December, I get data for December. I pick for January, I get data for January. I can also expand it to pick for December and January. And I can use this to cancel it out to give me everything I have. So for this, I come here and I keep it down. Let me say I also want it here. Okay. The next thing I'm going to make now is going to be okay. So I want to make another distance. So I can do like this. So I can just copy this and paste it here. Data. Then I can go here and click on my filter. So I get back the kitchen technically. Okay, so I put the pizza sold, not pizza sold, and I'm putting the date. Okay, so the date automatically different. It shows me the year, quarter, the days. If I don't want this, I can click on this, but it still narrows it down. Another thing you can also do, you can also right click, go to group, and you say you don't want, maybe I don't want it by months, years, or days. So I only want it maybe on a week. I want to say week on week level. I want to say month on month level. If I wanted a month on month level, I'll click on months and I press OK. It shows me for the month, but now it has no year element, which is wrong. So I'll go back to group, and maybe I wanted the months and the years. And it shows like this. So you can always manipulate how you want it to look. For this tutorial, I want to make it on a week level. So I pick on days, and in a week is made up of 7 days. So I click on OK. So I have this. With this now, since I want to show a trend of my data, I'm going to use this to draw a line chart or an area graph. I prefer area graphs, so I delete this. And I also remove this. Okay, then we are done. You can click on this and paste it here. You can always increase your dashboard maybe to make it bigger. And I'm also going to remove the grid lines and the background, just like I did to this one. So same thing. I go to the, yes, please, I'll call you back. Daddy, I'll call you back. Also, no outline. Okay, then I'm going to give it that shape effect, which I gave the last one. By shadow, give it this. So that's this. Okay, it's okay. Now let me try a different kind of a graph. So it's everyone still with me. For the grand total, I just move the grand total for one column. Do the same thing, and also do the same thing here also. Okay, so we're stating. Okay. So, so let me say I want to see maybe based on so each pizza type, each pizza type and our sales. Maybe each pizza types and the quantity people have been buying for. Let me just use this and change it. Of sales here. Is I want to see the quantity that was being bought. Okay, so I come here and I go to the same thing. It's okay. So I can just copy the design by using the copy. I come here where I'm pasting, I paste with this. So yes, there's like some designers. This. Okay, so the last graph I'm going to do, I'm going to now want to make based on locations. So whenever even if I click on this doesn't pop up. You can that's why I always come here, use settings. I move the days, and we want to see based on the branch now. Okay, so this shows me the branch. Now there's following with pivot tables. So pivot tables, I cannot draw a map, which is here, and I click on map. I can't draw a map inside the pivot table. That's the first problem. Sorry. Okay, so I cannot draw a map inside the pivot table. So that means I need to have the data pivot table for me to do that. Okay, so I need to have a copy of the map. So I can easily copy this and paste it here. This is all right. But if I change, if maybe tomorrow I add in data, this is not going to get updated with this. I can make this a little bit more, what I call it, maybe a little bit more dynamic in the sense that I make call here as my location, I'll call here as my sales. Then I come here and I maybe like offset formula or any formula that you can think of and give it this my array. And I'm sorting it based on the sales. In the another. I'm sorting another. That's really matter.
Sorry, I'm not sure if that's only me that's been affected, but okay, now we can see your screen. It was pixelated.
Okay.
It's clear.
Oh, you cannot see. Oh, can you see it clearly now? Is it better?
Yeah, now it's better. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, but you saw why I did this?
No, we did not. It was frozen.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
It was frozen. Okay. So I mentioned that I can in pivot table, I can draw a map with this. If I come here to data and I want to draw a map in my pivot table. Maps are not supported with pivot table, or pivot table does support maps. So like you mentioned there, is that I can select a different chart type, or I can copy the data out of pivot table. So if I make a copy of the data outside pivot table, it's going to work. But like I mentioned, if maybe a new data gets added to it, the data if I copy this now and I paste this, and tomorrow in my data I maybe add a new state. So let's say we started working now in maybe Delta State or Edo State. the data doesn't get added to this data because all I did was copy and paste. So I had to find a way to link it. So I want to use a sort by because it's an offset formula or any formula you can take off. Like I give you just an identity copy of whatever shows here should show on this part of your data set. So I'm going to use a sort by. The idea of my sort by is just that I want any data that is maybe here. You should sort it based on the sales table. Okay. You should also sort it in a ascending, descending. I want it in a maybe ascending order, and I close the bracket, enter. Okay. But as you can see now, it shows I'm seeing 0, 0, 0. It's because there are no data here. So it gives me the 0, 0, 0, 0 mark. So what I can do is I can use a if formula to solve this. So if maybe whatever is here is showing me 0, or give me maybe a space instead. If it's not showing 0, I want it to give me back whatever you see then. Then I close the bracket. So now this works. To make the format, I can also use this. Copy this. Sorry, change the format. All right. Okay, so now that I have this, I now draw my map. Okay, so to draw the map, all I have to do is go back to my set, click on map, create map, and I've drawn the map. This just shows me, okay, the plot is today. Okay, that's good. The shaft map, I don't need to really say that it's a map. Everybody that sees cattle is a map. Then I cut it and I paste it here. Trying to find out what it is. That would look okay for the map. Okay, I think it's okay. Make our edges better. Make up the map here instead. Let's close it like this for now. Okay, so the map is like this now. Map is like this. So it was one. Okay, so this is undone. Come back to insert. Is it? Okay, so I'm done with this now. Okay. I also want to give it the same no format, no diffuse, no effect at the back, so they can also be invisible. And I give it the same shadow effect, which is this. Okay, right. Okay. Okay. Right. So I'm done with basically the pivot table and the pivot and the basically done with the dashboards. Hello, sorry. So far, are there any questions? Hello. Okay. So okay, so the next thing I can do, I can give it a theme for my graph if I don't want to really individually change all the colors of the data. I can also create one more for displays, maybe location and based on sales. So I can come to give it a theme, I can come to format, go to data, go to add-ins, periods, go to draw, go to page layout, go to theme, and give it a theme. So excuse me. Okay, so you can give it a theme. So to do a theme, you just come to here and you give it the theme based on the design you want. Yeah, sorry. Let's check it. Oh, let's check. Yeah, so you give it a theme based on the. Sorry, someone's talking. So give it a theme based on maybe the design you want to go with. I think this looks okay. You can also keep again adding more visualizations based on what insights you want to get from your data into the maybe to fill up the space. And the slicers work exactly just like I mentioned. So whenever you pick a particular pizza, you get data just on that particular from just that particular cell. So just from BBQ chickens, we're getting it here. This is a model also up to 6,000. This model is sold for this period of time, which is up to 20,000. And this is the of based on the week on week. And this shows us the states that gets highest. Apparently, Cardinal, we make more money from Cardinal from this particular kind of pizza. I can also pick a different type and also pick it. I can learn multiple selection by clicking on this. So I can maybe pick up to two different in the items that you want to go. If I pick this and this and this, so I can get more increase from my data. I can also pick a particular location. So I can put Cardinal, for example, and the map publishes those for Cardinal. I'm really getting insights just from Cardinals, into insights from Cardinals, or maybe I want Candy, or I want the best. So excuse me. Please charge my phone. Okay. So for me, the month by month impute of just the data. Okay, so it's not showing for Abuja. Okay, so get for this Cardinal. So go to Cardinal. Okay, for Cardinal, or pick for Kano. Okay, we're done. Okay, so far, are there like any questions?
Yes. Can you publish your data? Your dashboard rather.
Publish it. Oh, what do you mean I publish it?
Like, is there like maybe a
Okay,
cloud
so
service?
right now we're building a dashboard to publish data. Okay, so right now we're dealing with Excel, but we're in Excel, so you can't really publish. If it was Power BI, we could have published it on the web and embedded it, so anybody can view it and interact with it. But on Excel, the most you can do is publishing. I'll say you can use the line and a pair of so like Excel online. Okay, I went off with it. So you can use Excel online and GraphQL is, but you cannot really like technically like publish it.
Another question is, does this also have a role level security? If you are using maybe Excel online for specific emails.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
I said, does this also have role level security for
Is it-
Excel online if you are using specific emails?
Okay, no. So Excel doesn't. So for Excel, okay. So for Excel, I can technically not publish it. I cannot publish it. Like the most I can do publish. I can share it. So I can share it. I cannot publish it. There's no like publishing really. For the row level security, row level security, I cannot really give it a row level security because anybody, I can't give it to you. You can't really give a level of security. The most you can do, so I can't give you a level of security. The most I can do is giving a form of security in the sense that maybe I password the shit. That's the most you can do. You can give it a password, like protect your shit. Because that's what it's called. So you can protect my shit. That is the most security I can give to it. But all this is probably this is achievable with Power BI. This I can do with Power BI, but I can't do with Excel. So do this later. Okay. Yeah. So are there any other questions? You can unmute yourself. I think I'll mute everybody. Okay. You can mute yourself. Make a present change. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So from Richard to Uju. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, oh, thank you. Hello. Would you have unmuted you? So there's one
Okay.
more thing I want to try again. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Okay. Good
Hello.
evening. Thank you
I can hear
for.
you.
Hello. Can you hear me? Thank you for
Yeah, I
the
can hear you.
presentation. It's been very informative. Okay, I want to ask a question concerning sharing this time around, not publishing. If you're sharing with a team, a team, is it okay for you to protect the dashboard with a password? As in, is it okay to protect the sheet with a password? Is it ethical?
I, it's just like so I supported the dashboard in the sense that maybe I do not want you to change the data or even to edit it. Like all I want to do is you can look at it, you can play around with it, you can get whatever information you want, but maybe you should just not change it. It's the same like you all you can do, you can interact with it, you can check, you can use the timeline of your banking app to see maybe you get data from year to year, but you cannot really change it or anything. So if you're working on a team, even if the team is to work with you, like they're supposed to work with it on it with you, sure you can give them permission, like they can maybe they also know the password. But again, if maybe the person is also in your team, it's not supposed to really edit. So it depends on the access
Okay.
I'll say, basically.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so there's something I did at the beginning. So in the beginning, I did this. So let me see. Let's show you why I did this. Okay, so let me say, I copied this now and I'm pasting it here. I'll say test dashboard. Okay, so we had different locations. We had like 5 locations, right? So I want to change some of these locations to a totally different location and see if I can use it on the same Excel file.
Everyone, everyone. I think Benny has left, right?
Okay, so we did this, and if you remember we used the data sheet that had Kaduna, Kano, Lagos, Oyo, and Abuja. Okay, so I see some editing, the same files, but I just quickly changed the location. I replaced Abuja with Edo and Lagos with Delta. So we're going to try to connect. So Delta, Edo. Okay, so we're going to try to connect that data set to this. So all we have to do is just go there, open where this is the copy, the one that's have edited the location a bit, and copy this part. Come here, move this and paste it here. Then when you come here now, all we have to do is just watch what's going to happen. So if I go to data and I click on refresh, okay, yeah, so that's work now. So if you look now, our location now has changed to this new location, which is Edo Delta Kanu, the Edo and Delta. So if I click on Delta now, it shows here. Okay, so that was the whole aim of using this at the end of the day.